Shri Parashakti Vidyala CBSE Class 9th Standard Subject English.
Dear students, hope you fine. Today we are going to learn Chapter 2, The Sound of Music, Part 2, The Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Before we begin with the chapter, let me give you an introduction. Have you heard of Bismillah Khan? Yes, you are right. He was a great Shehnai player. Shehnai is a musical instrument played at a wedding or a similar occasion. This chapter throws light on the origin of Shehnai and the life of all-time great Shehnai maestro Bismillah Khan. He has received Bharat Ratna, the highest civilian award of India, for his dedication to music and his love for India. Before you read, do you know these people? These are the images of some famous persons who played different instruments. What instrument do they play? You have to find out, children. Now I will read the first paragraph. Listen carefully. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Pungi became the generic name for reed and noisemakers. Few had thought that it would one day be revived. A barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace decided to improve the tonal quality of the pungi. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem that was longer and broader than the pungi and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. When he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced. Here, ban means forbid. Generic name, a name given to a class or group as a whole. Reeded means wind instruments which have reeds like the flute, the clarinet, etc. Now I'll explain the paragraph. Pungi is a musical instrument, was banned by Emperor Aurangzeb because of its shrill and unpleasant sound. In fact, it was regarded more as a noisemaker rather than a musical instrument. It was modified and perfected by a barber who belonged to a family of professional musicians. He played on it in the chamber of the king and it produced soft and melodious sound. He played the instrument before royalty and everyone was impressed. The instrument, so different from the pungi, had to be given a new name. As the story goes, since it was first played in the Shah's chamber and was played by a Nai barber, the instrument was named the Shehnai. Everyone in royal chamber was impressed by the soft and melodious sound produced by Shehnai. See the pictures of the musical instruments here, pungi and Shehnai. The Shehnai is different from the pungi. It is a pipe with a natural hollow stem. It is longer and broader than pungi. You can see the 7 holes on the body of the pipe. Children, do you know how this instrument got its name as Shehnai? There is a story for it. It was played in Shah's chambers by a Nai. Shah means king, Nai means barber. So the instrument was named as Shehnai. Do you understand, children? Now I will read the second paragraph. The sound of Shehnai began to be considered auspicious, and for this reason it is still played in temples and is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. In the past, the Shehnai was part of the Naubat or traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at royal courts. Till recently, it was used only in temples and weddings. The credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. Here, auspicious means promising to bring good fortune. Indispensable means without which a piece of work cannot be done. You have to read that word ensembles as pronounce the word as ensemble. That means things here instruments considered as a group. Now I'll explain the paragraph. Traditionally, the Shehnai was played in temples, royal courts, and weddings. It has become an essential part of any North Indian wedding, and its sound was so appreciated by the emperor that it was made part of Navbad. Navbad means 9 instruments which are found at royal court. Bismillah Khan brought the instrument onto the classical stage. He invented ragas that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of Shehnai. Now it is almost played on all auspicious occasions and festivals. Now I'll read the third paragraph. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played Gilli Danda near a pond in the ancient estate of Dhumraon in Bihar. He would regularly go to the nearby Bihariji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita, at the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighing 1.25 kg, a prize given by the local Maharaja. This happened 80 years ago, and the little boy was traveled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. Now I'll explain the paragraph. When Bismillah Khan was 5 years old, he played Gilli Danda. Gilli Danda is a game. He played it near a pond in the ancient estate of Dhumraon, which is located in Bihar. In his native village, he regularly went to the nearby Bihariji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita. At the end of it, he was given a big laddu weighing 1.25 kg as a prize by the local Maharaja. After 8 years of this incident, he progressed in his career and earned the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. Children, do you know the Bharat Ratna is the highest civilian award in India? Now I'll read the fourth paragraph. Born on 21st March 1916, Bismillah belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather, Rasul Bucks Khan, was the Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur King's court. His father, Paigambar Bucks, and other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai players. Here, paternal ancestors means ancestors of the father. Now I'll explain the paragraph. Bismillah Khan was born on 21st March 1916 in a well-known family of musicians. His family lived in Dhumraon in Bihar. Rasul Bucks Khan was his grandfather and the Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur King's court. His father, Paigambar Bucks, was also a great Shehnai player. Now I'll read the fifth paragraph. The young boy took to music early in life. At the age of 3, when his mother took him to his maternal uncle's house in Benares, now Varanasi, Bismillah was fascinated watching his uncles practice the Shehnai. Soon Bismillah started accompanying his uncle Ali Bucks to the Vishnu temple of Benares, where Bucks was employed to play the Shehnai. Ali Bucks would play the Shehnai and Bismillah would sit captivated for hours on end. Slowly, he started getting lessons in playing the instrument and would sit practicing throughout the day. For years to come, the temple of Balaji and Mangalamaya and the banks of the Ganga became the young apprentice's favorite haunts where he could practice in solitude. The flowing waters of the Ganga inspired him to improvise and invent ragas that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of the Shehnai. Here, on end means for a very long time without stopping. Now I'll explain the paragraph. Bismillah Khan went to Benares at the age of 6. His maternal uncle Ali Bugs played Shehnai at the Vishnu temple of Benares. He introduced him to the Shehnai. Temples of Benares and flowing water of Ganga played a very important role in his life. Bismillah Khan sat captivated for hours at temple to listen to the music. He spent his many years at the temples of Balaji and Mangalamaya. These were the training centers for learning the Shehnai. Ganga and Benares had deep impression on him. Throughout his life, he was attached to Benares and the Ganga. He never wanted to leave the banks of Ganga and live in a foreign country. Now I'll read the sixth paragraph. At the age of 14, Bismillah accompanied his uncle to the Allahabad Music Conference. At the end of his recital, Ustad Faiz Khan patted the young boy's back and said, "Work hard and you shall make it." With the opening of All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938 came Bismillah's big break. He soon became an often heard Shehnai player on radio. Here, recital means musical performance. When Bismillah Khan was 14 years old, he accompanied his uncle to Allahabad Music Conference. At the end of the musical conference performance, Ustad Faiz Khan encouraged him by patting on his back and said, "Work hard and you shall make it." In 1938, he was selected for the All India Radio, Lucknow. He became a popular Shehnai player on radio. Thank you very much, students. That's all for today, and we shall continue in the next class.